Ever wondered why salaried shop workers in the UK feel a higher tax burden? It's a valid question and one that merits an in-depth look. A key reason lies in the limited control over income. When you're a salaried shop worker, your wages are set by your employer. It's based on your role, your experience, and what's common in the industry. There's little you can do to increase your income quickly, making the tax burden feel heavy, especially if you're in a higher tax bracket. That brings us to the progressive income tax system in the UK. As the name suggests, the more you earn, the more you're taxed. So, for salaried shop workers earning above a certain threshold, or those with extra income from overtime or bonuses, this system can mean higher income tax rates. Next, there are national insurance contributions, or NICs. Salaried employees, including shop workers, have to pay NICs on their earnings. These contributions help fund Social Security benefits and the National Health Service. NICs are deducted directly from your wages and could be lower for self-employed individuals. Finally, salaried shop workers have limited tax planning opportunities. Unlike self-employed individuals or business owners, they can't deduct business expenses or use tax reliefs and allowances. This results in a higher effective tax rate, as they're taxed on their gross income with fewer opportunities for deductions. To illustrate this, let's take a shop worker named Sarah, who earns £25,000 a year. With no extra income or tax reliefs, she ends up paying approximately £2,086 in income tax and £1,574 in NICs. That's a total tax burden of about £3,660, or nearly 15% of her gross salary. In conclusion, the tax burden can indeed feel higher for salaried shop workers. Factors such as limited control over income, a progressive tax system, national insurance contributions, and limited tax planning opportunities all contribute to this perception. While these taxes fund essential services, the burden can be keenly felt due to the constraints salaried workers face in controlling their income and planning their taxes.